Welcome back to our weekly environmental news report. First news.
We've already eliminated a devastating anti-coal regulation, but that was just the beginning.
On March 28th, President Trump signed an executive order aimed at eliminating the Clean Power Plan, which is Obama's primary policy to combat climate change. America's commitment to last year's Paris Climate Agreement is now in question.
I am taking historic steps to lift the restrictions.
The European Union responded with harsh criticisms and suggested that Europe will now take the lead in global efforts. Miguel Arias Cañete, the EU's Climate Action Commissioner, said, "The continued leadership of the EU, China, and many other major economies is now more important than ever. The EU will continue to, quote, stand by Paris, defend Paris, and implement Paris." Domestically, a coalition of 23 states, cities, and counties has declared its intention to resist. Last Wednesday, the Dallas City Council approved a development agreement with Parks for Downtown Dallas to build a public green space on one of its downtown surface parking lots, instead of the underground parking garage that was originally planned. The nonprofit organization will donate $15 million to pay for the construction of the park. Although some opponents argue that parking is a greater concern in the city, the park is vital to attract families to an increasingly residential downtown and also poses environmental benefits. According to a new report by Reuters, children in more than 24 California communities have lead levels in their blood as high or higher than those found in Flint, Michigan. For example, in one Fresno neighborhood, 13.6% of children aged 6 had elevated lead levels. In comparison, the figure was 5% across the city of Flint during its recent water crisis. It is currently unknown where the sources of contamination are. Lead was once common in household paint, gasoline, and piping. Children exposed to high levels of lead can develop cognitive impairment and attention disorders. According to a report released last Wednesday by Save the Elephants, the price of ivory in China, the world's biggest market for elephant tusks, has fallen sharply. It is now less than half of what it was just 3 years ago, showing that demand is falling. China has already committed to eliminating the domestic ivory trade by the end of this year, and factors such as tougher economic times and a sustained advocacy campaign help drive the change. Although there is a long way to go to end illegal poaching, there is much hope for these elephants. China is planning to create a giant panda reserve that is 3 times the size of Yellowstone National Park, as part of its efforts to boost wild panda populations. The total area will be 10,476 square miles and will merge 67 existing panda reserves on 6 isolated mountain ranges, where an estimated 1,864 pandas live. Officials hope this will make mating easier and enrich the gene pool. As well as the giant panda, the national park will help protect 8,000 endangered animals and plants. Although the giant panda population has increased recently due to massive conservation efforts, climate change could wipe out more than a third of the animal's habitat over the next 80 years. That's all for this week's Environmental News Report. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and help promote environmental awareness. Thank you.